All right.
La 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 la.
The tip of the tongue's the lips, the teeth. The tip of the tongue, the lips. Put this down here so I'm not necessarily breathing into my fucking microphone. Damn it. There we go. All right. Are we ready? The porcupine is so
Pissy.
I'm gonna stop there. Pissy?
Pissy porcupine.
Porcupine is so pissy.
On pineapples.
There you go.
Pissy pineapple.
Pound nipples.
Hey, pissy.
All right. Are we ready?
Uvula.
You're a uvula.
You're a urethra.
Uvula. No. No?
Knuckles.
Sandwich.
Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about it. I mean, at least
All right.
Tails sounds perfect.
Yeah. Sounds like a little bitch.
Yeah, fucking asshole. At least he can
All right,
fly a plane. Kind of, not really.
Are we ready to do this? You want me to do the intros?
Sure.
Okay. When are we going? You want me to count it down? Okay.
Yep.
I have James on my lap. And that's what I should have done was put yogurt in his mouth and then squeezed him so that he just vomited in front of the camera. All right, ready. Going live in 3, 2,
Oh, this is going on TikTok.
1.
5 hours later.
Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Distraction. I'm one of your hosts, DJ Blue PDX, here with the Lost Drake and our special guest because it is comic book and movie week. It's CupofRobots.
Hello.
Yes, unfortunately, Kick-Ass Jamis cannot be here this week as he is testing out new and different ways of dieting. Unfortunately, he ended up ingesting some yogurt that was not necessarily close enough to the expiration date, and he ended up taking it in anyways. He's discovering new and genius ways of weight loss, and unfortunately, I've been hung up on 14 times with 14 different stores because I tried to buy all of their expired yogurt, which they said was inappropriate and not funny. I'm like, listen, I'm lactose intolerant. That's like twice the diet. Can you imagine how much weight I would lose? I know it's a shitty joke, but somebody's got to say it. Sorry. Hi.
I have the badum test.
There we go.
Yeah,
I know.
where's the-
Everybody's concerned. Yeah. Well, if you hadn't got rid of your Go XLR, you would have had that.
No need.
And why is that?
Because I have the Beacon Mix Create and the Beacon mic.
So you're saying it's a beacon for new sound and opportunities with streamers.
Yeah.
Look at that, making commercials right here before we even get started on today's show. All right, so let's talk a little bit what we've got to cover today. First of all, you can find our show. It launches every Thursday at 12 noon on our YouTube and on most of your platform delivery services, which Drake can tell you all about. Drake, where can we find Pardon the D?
Well, let me tell you, DJ, you can watch it on all social media platforms, along with our website at PardontheD or PardontheDistraction.com, and you can go to YouTube at PardontheD and all social medias at PardontheD. It's not just a joke, it's how we feel inside.
It's not just my D or your D. It's all of our Ds.
That's why we say pardon.
There's a level of acceptance here that's definitely unique. So
This is why we don't have friends.
this is also why it's an 18 plus stream. Jesus Christ. All right.
Wow.
So we got a new mic.
3 ad spaces in like 30 seconds. That was actually pretty good. You know, everybody
Right.
should pay us.
It's good.
Did you see what
And that's the show, guys. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
did
We're
you
over.
see what Dot Chaos created for me when I did a little imitation? Oh God, I don't know if you've seen it. So I was dicking around on playing Dying Light 2 and did my own little I'm being funny on stream commercial thing, and Dot Chaos turned it into a fucking ad that
It's awesome.
Techland responded to.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw that. You sent that to me.
Oh God, we're
I
like
still
we're
can't
not
play
really
the game, unfortunately.
we're not really sure what you
Oh.
were doing with the chicken, but we do appreciate the plug.
Mm.
Wow.
ask
Yeah,
any
somebody
questions.
said,
What you do
hey,
with the chicken. It's not how you
somebody
plug
sent me
it.
a DM like, hey, I work over at Techland. That was really funny. We're not really sure what the thing is with the chicken, but that's hilarious. Did we talk to you in 2018? Not that that's important. That maybe I shouldn't have said that because they did send it in a DM and not publicly. I don't know. Point is, Dying Light 2 has been really fun lately. Not
I know.
point.
You've been
Today
playing it
we're
a lot.
talking. I've been killing it. It's been fun.
Yep.
I've been jumping
Yep.
between God of War and it got to the point where the kid that I thought was really cool and I was really angry at Kratos for being an asshole to him has turned into a little shithole. And now I just want Kratos to drop kick him off a fucking cliff, and I don't care because he's a little bastard.
It's just like real parenthood.
Just finish that
Right?
story and all will be revealed. Trust me. The end of that fucking game is so cliffhanging and like just what the fuck just happened.
But I will say, man, GG, hats off to PlayStation and Sony Santa Monica. Incredible fucking game. Incredible
It's
game.
It's hands down in my
Absolutely
top five.
stunning.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. I'm slow rolling. I'm like only Tuesdays and Wednesdays doing that stream. So it's a slow adventure.
You're
and then
enjoying
my
it.
weekends are
Enjoy it, man.
I'm absolutely freaking loving it.
Well, the thing is with that game too, I know, so we don't go down a gaming path because we're gonna be there
Sorry.
forever. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, that game, once you beat it, you start fighting Valkyries, and they're challenging modes that you got to go around. You got to fight these different Valkyries.
Can't you befriend them instead?
No, they
Thor
fuck you up.
befriended
They
a
fuck you up.
Valkyrie?
They are hardcore and they suck and they're very violent. And
What if I bring them presents? What if I offer them my son?
They won't take him.
Please, because I don't want him. He's a little asshole.
You say
He's
that
a
now
little
until
asshole
you
that you
find
raised
out.
Like, congratulations, you're a god. Great, now I'm a
I
little
don't want to
fuckface.
talk about it because I'm going to ruin it because you took so long to play it.
Sorry. All right. We're not talking about it. Let's move on. So first of all, we've got a couple things we want to talk about today. So I'll lead us down this path and we'll talk about this. First of all, I think the biggest news in cinema history, as far as in cinema news at least, is the unfortunate passing yesterday that was announced of Ivan Reitman. Ivan Reitman is probably one of the most prolific producers and directors that has been around since the late 60s, early 70s, and has been involved in such groundbreaking films like he was the back end of the Ghostbusters 1, 2, like all of the Ghostbusters films. He's the one who introduced John Belushi to with Animal House. Like there's tons of movies that he's been involved in forever in the day of time, like all the way back. National Lampoon's Animal House, Delta House. Let's see, what other ones was he?
I only went to the Animal Kingdom in Disneyland. Does that count?
It does count. He was Father's Day,
okay.
Mummy's Alive, just a
Kindergarten
shit ton.
Cop.
Yep.
Oh, Kindergarten
Baywatch.
Cop.
Baywatch, for God's sake.
Twins Junior.
Yeah. Twins Junior is an actual film for no necessary reason.
Twins and Junior. Not
Yeah.
Twins Junior.
Twins.
Okay, I was like Twins and Junior. I thought you meant like Twins Junior, like all of a sudden the
Sounds like
twins
a-
had kids and now there's a
Sounds like
sequel
fish
called
and
Twins
chip
Junior.
shop in Europe.
It's fucked up.
Twins and Junior.
Wow.
Twins and Junior.
Twins and Junior. I don't
It's a
know why.
really-
I just like saying it.
It's a really bad adult film.
Space Jam.
Yep. Oh, Space Jam. Yeah, there's another one that he did.
Are we talking LeBron James or are we talking the original Michael Jordan?
OG.
Okay,
OG.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, actually, OG and current.
Oh yeah, he did
really?
both.
He did both of them. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yep.
sorry for the second one. The first one was great.
Yeah. Trailer Park Boys, the movie.
Neither of them.
He did Trailer Park Boys, the movie. Yep. Old School. Ghostbusters Afterlife, which we talked about before last episode, which was incredible. Afterlife. If you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's amazing. Absolutely
I saw
incredible.
all the important parts because Nerdist freaking retweeted their watch party before all the posts from their watch party before the movie was available. So
Fucking
I
Nerdist.
saw
What on streaming platform or
on Twitter they had a watch party. They like, okay, we're all gonna buy this movie and watch it at the same time, and you guys post your reactions. They retweeted all their reactions, so I saw all these stills of the movie being retweeted. I'm like, wow, massive spoilers. I'm like,
that is an asshole move of epic fucking proportions.
so
Speaking
irritated.
of spoilers, I got some kickback from our podcast.
Oh,
with the
I
May
know.
joke. Everybody was harping on me. They're like, Drake, too soon. Drake, too soon. You ruined it for so many people. I'm like, fuck it. I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
care.
no,
You
my
haven't
friend
seen it.
Pike Man, who is one of my community members, came at me and was like, "Hey, I told my wife that joke and then realized she hadn't seen it."
That makes it better. It means it transcends to other people. I love it. That's what this podcast is all about, ruining people's
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah. So with that being said, I just wanted to we just want to say that as huge fans of the works of Ivan Reitman, our condolences go out to you, your fans, and your family at this time, because the world has lost an incredible producer and an incredible visionary in cinematic excellence. So thank you for your contributions, and hopefully we get to continue celebrating the things that you've made. So it's Ivan Reitman, everybody.
Yeah.
There we go. Next up, major things happened this weekend, including awesome opportunities for Amazon Fire Sticks to fail and preventing certain people from watching the only sports game that they actually want to pay attention to during the fucking year, and that's the Super Bowl, because guess what they don't have? A way for you to just purchase the Super Bowl package for a day. That's it. I'd have paid like $40 for it. I don't care. I'd have paid $40 to sit there and watch the Super Bowl.
Or you can do what I did, is you can just go buy a $25 HD standard television antenna and plug it into your coaxial in the back, and you're good.
There is no coaxial in the back. It's a digital TV.
Yes, there is.
Are you sure?
I mean, it's a physical TV. It's not digital.
It's a physical TV, but there's no coax in the back of this thing. It's all digital connectivity.
Well, that's because it's a monitor, not a TV.
Well, it's a fuck you. Either way, it's not a possible thing. I couldn't watch the goddamn Super Bowl. All they wanted was like, hey, enter your Comcast or Xfinity account. I don't have TV through Comcast or Xfinity because they have political commercials and they go fuck themselves. Also, their customer service is ass. So they're definitely not sponsoring us.
We got it.
Yeah.
We got it. It didn't take long. We got the Comcast hate.
Here we go. So instead, I sat yesterday and we watched the entirety of the Halo HCS Sunday Championship Series, which was nearly 10 hours long. Kevin got to watch it. He'd never actually watched competitive esports before. He finally got into why it's so important and why I love it. And there's so much incredible action that happened. But in the process of all that, you know what I missed out on? That I had to go back and watch this morning because we needed it. First of all, we watched the halftime show yesterday. Not only did we get the return of Snoop Dogg, we got Dr. Dre. We had
50 Cent.
50 Cent was in there. Eminem and
Actually,
Mary
he was
J.
upside
Blige.
down, so he was 20 cent. Did anybody else pick up on that? He was upside down and his 50 cent flipped over and it was 20.
Yeah, right? There you go.
Because it inverted the camera and it literally said 20. And I'm like, oh, so he's $20 now.
Yep, he's just a dub. There you go. But it was definitely it was a big performance. A lot of people absolutely loved it. I had a couple people who were like, hey, is that like the greatest performance you ever saw? I'm like, no, it was Prince. Shut up. So, but it definitely ranks up there. It was a good performance. It brought back a lot of good memories, a lot of great music. But I think the big thing that applies to our show is the things that happened during the Super Bowl commercial series with all of the different movies. And let's go over that list real quick, and we'll start down the pathway of this. There was a lot. So we had Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness, Jurassic World Dominion, which is basically it's basically Mission Impossible with dinosaurs. Black Adam, The Flash, and Aquaman 2, The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, that whole series.
Wait, there was a Black Adam and there was a Black Adam trailer?
Apparently, it was Black Adam, The Flash, and Aquaman 2 in there. We had Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Nope, Ambulance, Lost City, and Moon Knight. According to this article, that's what was in there.
What?
Hold on.
I gotta go back and watch it.
Hold on.
There was, it may not have been yesterday, but there was just some actual footage shown from the movie, like in trailer form.
Yeah.
The Rock in action.
Yeah. I actually hope that's good. Black Adam is a good villain / vigilante.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because every single, character in DC is a vigilante.
I'm excited for Black Adam.
I think it'll be good. Rock's pretty good.
We saw Hawkman in the Black Adam trailer.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did happen yesterday. So Hawkman was in there and he looks really good. He's very comic book close.
That's awesome.
Adam Smasher was in it. Dr. Fate.
Yeah, Dr. Fate is a 007, right? Fucking Brosnan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was a truly impressive series of DC. It was an amalgam of DC stuff. We talked about Batman 2. Oh, sorry, not Batman 2. The Batman, which is coming out this
March
month.
5th. March March 5th. Yep.
So in a couple of weeks it's coming out.
Yep.
And I know James is just vomiting somewhere and not being able to talk about this because he really wanted to talk about the Batman.
Too bad. Good. We don't have to talk about it.
There we go. But yeah, and then we also had Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I know you guys are super excited for. A movie called Nope, which I am intrigued by.
It looks
a movie. Yeah. Ambulance.
Yeah, I like Peele stuff.
Yeah. Yep. And then there's Ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal that I have problems with, but it's Michael Bay, so you know that's going to be explosively ridiculous. But it's also, hey, we're going to rob a bank and be the heroes.
He loves his pyrotechnics. He does.
Like, how do
He
you
really
make heroism out of crime? That's weird for me. And then the Lost City.
One of my bars.
I actually have a funny story about Michael Bay. We'll circle around to that because I met him in person, and we'll talk about that. Just remind me. I'll tell the joke later.
And then a movie that I'm super looking forward to, Sandra Bullock is teaming up with Channing Tatum for The Lost City, which so far looks incredible. I think it's going to be incredibly funny, and knowing Sandra Bullock, she's going to be absolutely bitchy, and it's going to be hilarious. All right, there you go. And then, of course, the final trailer that occurred was Moon Knight, and it was incredible to see what they are doing with this character, and I'm excited to see where this show goes as we go forward. So let's talk about it. Yesterday, lots of movie trailers. What were some of the things both of you saw that really caught your attention?
The first half of the Super Bowl, I slept, so I woke up at the halftime show. So
and that's why you missed Black Adam, The Flash, and Aquaman 2.
That's probably why I missed it. I slept through the DC parts and woke up at the Marvel.
It wasn't there.
Look,
Bitch, you were
I
asleep.
slept through the DC parts and woke up at Marvel. That was the important part, right?
God damn it. All right, Cup,
Even my
let's go.
body knows. My subconscious knew. It's like, fucking Hawkeye.
You're like,
fucking
wait, there wasn't
girl.
a Black Adam commercial.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You were asleep.
Yeah. The fucking Boulder is playing the Black Autonomous. What is his name? Oh, yeah.
Adam.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Black Autonomous.
Black
yeah,
Autonomous.
The Foundation.
That sounds like a porn. I'm sorry.
The Foundation?
Yeah,
Or Black Autonomous?
The Foundation is actually the name of his character in Fortnite.
In Fortnite.
Yeah.
I mean, I would watch it.
Because you can't have any foundation without the rocks.
That's right.
God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, see, we need that. I need to add that to my GoXL.
God damn it.
Why, you're the one who got knocked.
There we go. Now, all right, Cup, let's start with you. Some of the things that you saw that you were super excited about in these trailers from Super Bowl 22.
The thing that I was most surprised about that got me all was the Jurassic World domination.
Oh, God damn,
Dominion.
yes.
Dominion trailer.
Dominion.
I
Jurassic World
knew
Dominion.
it existed, but I hadn't seen it. And having the original trio from the original movie.
Right. So many
was
callbacks.
It's a trio. It's everybody. Anybody who is still alive is from the original Jurassic Park is in that movie. Confirmed.
It's pretty cool. I mean, because everything is
Nedry, he's dead.
multiverse stuff now, or nostalgia verse now. I think that, first of all, the entirety of the Super Bowl and all the ads were all very 90s nostalgic.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
There was Courtney Love's Hole. Courtney Love's Hole. The band
Is it Comcast?
that Courtney Love was in called Hole.
Yeah.
There's one of their songs was in an ad. I'm like, when was the last time I heard this damn song? Anyway, so Jurassic World, but then the Doctor Strange trailer
Was
they showed so much, which means there's so much more they're not showing.
Yeah, the fact that they gave us that much in a trailer blows my mind.
I want to pause for a quick second and jump back to the first, so Jurassic World Dominion. So we all grew up on Jurassic World. When we saw Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, these characters were so amazing, and and the graphics and special effects were so well done in an era when CGI was in its birthing stage. Like, it was just finally getting to where it needed to be, and they were still using a lot of practical effects in movies. And while they did use some, they used a great combo between the two. But when you stop that Jeep and you look up and see the brontosaurus, just oh my God. As a kid, I flipped out. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh my God.
It was a Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus, brontosaurus. Who gives a? It was a saurus of some kind. It was a
They're all
something-asaur.
sauruses.
It was a something-asaur.
Wait,
so
where did they come up with that, by the way? Why is it Saurus?
it's from the era.
Some kind of
It's the Paleolithic
butt
era.
sex joke that I can make.
Define. Wow. God damn it.
Sore
Oh,
ass.
God.
Sore ass.
Mhm.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, if
Look,
one decides to mount you,
well,
you're gonna have
you know,
an
that was the main
archaeologist sat
plot
in the
of the
wrong
very
spot.
first movie. All the dinosaurs were gay.
right? They were.
Lesbians specifically.
Yeah,
They were all female.
They were.
Yep.
They were. And then they
So-
broke out and they found a way.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, because somebody was an idiot and used frog DNA, and then what? And then what's
And
his
then they all
nuts from
croaked.
Frasier? What's his
Get
nuts?
out!
No, not from Frasier. What's his nuts from?
Knee slapper.
God damn it! So how have we derailed? We're like 8 minutes into this shit.
Yes. No, we are 20 minutes in, but it's fine.
The,
By the way,
You know, and then when you lose
right?
it, when you lose a can of shaving cream that's got a bunch of illegal shit in it, in the middle of the ruckus, something's gonna come out of it. So I thought it was great.
Said
You
in
were
prison too.
also true, and that's what we call a butt joke. But really, I thought it was really interesting the way that they were able to bring in all the different elements of things that we'd seen and things that we experienced. And I agree with you, the nostalgia element of all the pieces of things that were shown during that show. Maybe it's because we need to try and find unity. One thing we all loved, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't know anybody who didn't like
Hollywood's all right.
Jurassic
I want to
Park.
know if
That's
Samuel L.
ridiculous.
Jackson's going to be back as the limb.
Didn't he get eaten?
Yeah, I did. That's why I said he's just the
Yeah.
limb. Remember?
Oh, the limb.
Because it was just hanging over her arm. She's like, oh,
Yep.
and she grabbed it and it just fell off. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
but she just freaked out.
Yeah, she freaked.
You can't afford that. You can't afford the limb.
Right? Just his
Can't
arm.
afford the royalties.
It was
You're
an
gonna
arm and
have
a
his
leg.
arm in a case, and it's gonna be typing. It's gonna be typing messages.
On-
They reanimated his arm.
You didn't say the magic word.
God damn it!
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
Oh God! And I'll hope, like, I'm sad that he won't be back, because he would have been really funny to have back in the movie, or maybe his kid, you know. But he didn't have children.
My God.
So there's that. So now let's move on to the next big thing that we wanted to talk about is Multiverse of Madness.
Mm.
So from a Marvel standpoint, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. So, and of course, everybody heard the voice. We're just going to go ahead and out it right now, because if you look on IMDb, it's already listed there. We've got Patrick Stewart back as Professor X. We
Which
know
version,
that
though?
we don't know which version, but
The
we
one
do
that
know.
disintegrated?
Like, hold on. It's Professor X that's not the young Professor X. It's OG Professor X.
Yeah.
He's back. Okay. We don't know from which dimension he's in, but what we do know is this is how they're going to start introducing the X-Men into the story.
Yeah.
Thank God we're finally getting a merged MCU.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I'm so
It's
excited.
just- It's
So excited.
I didn't realize that they were going to use. I mean, there were so many characters being introduced to the MCU in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
And it looks like Reed Richards possibly for the Fantastic Four. It's just so many. It's just so many people, and we're seeing Wanda as the Scarlet Witch becoming evil. And there's so many
Well,
questions that I have about that.
So here's the thing: is like
Define evil.
so here's basically one of the biggest lines. It's
Anti-hero?
like, it's okay for you to break all reality, but when I do it, it's bad. Like that was one
And
of the
that
things
doesn't
she
seem
said.
fair.
That doesn't seem fair. That's what she says. Yeah. But like that whole scene, it's very interesting because there's a lot of like, it's like a psychological thriller. That's what I feel like this is going to be,
Right.
because they're going to be
Oh, yeah.
interacting with themselves, because you saw that scene where she goes up and it's from WandaVision. She's sitting on the floor, looks
Mhm.
like she's like casting a spell,
Mhm.
and she goes up and tries to touch her own face, and then you see the shattering when they're going through the mirror dimension, and like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And then Chavez is everywhere in this trailer, which is very interesting because, you know, she's a new character into the MCU, but in the comic books, she's fairly new. She's a fairly new character. But the fact that she's basically like Captain America every other universe, but she breaks through realities, and then her whole world was destroyed, and then she starts going through trying to find ways to save it, and there's a bunch of other stuff that happens as well with her story arc. But her particular, why her? Why is she in it? And then also, too, like you guys said this before, like with Captain Carter, are they going to bring in all the what if into this? Because we have evil Doctor Strange, and they definitely showed him at the end of this trailer morphing and all the characters coming out of him that he absorbed to become more powerful.
Yeah, and the original teaser, they showed that.
Yep.
This one, they really showed it, though, at the end when all his hands were coming out, and he had, like, the multiple different, like, alien arms, and, like, he had, like, the tentacles. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
And I do want to, like, one of the things that I noticed that I really, I've got to say that I always find uniquely, I don't know, problematic. Can we stop destroying New York City, for fuck's sake?
No.
For the love of God, every time I
what
turn
else are
around,
we
New York
gonna
City's
destroy?
getting fucking tore the fuck up in these films.
You know,
constantly.
you know what? Look,
Constantly.
there's always two cities they destroy. It's always London and New York.
Right.
And the reason why is because there's just everybody knows those cities. That's the reason why they do it. They don't go to L.A. Nobody wants to see a bunch of bums shitting out Snickers on the street. Like, nobody cares about that. Like, let's be real.
And it already looks destroyed.
Yeah,
anyway.
it already looks destroyed. It looks like it was made under the water and then it rose from Atlantis.
There are 11 streets that you can film on in Los Angeles without it looking like a complete and total shit heap.
Dude, I've never seen so many tents. You feel
there's
like you're in a
approximately
wholesale.
2 in Portland. So, I mean, there you go.
Well, yeah. Seattle's no better either. It's pretty bad as well. But at least, I don't know. It's just like those are the two most like monumental like cities. You know, New York. You know, like every video game destroys New York. Every video game destroys London. It always starts there. Like it's always either werewolves, vampires, or zombies. Something happens.
Or the Autobots or aliens.
Or aliens.
Yeah. Which all do qualify as aliens. So there you go.
Yeah.
So I just thought, it was a really interesting trailer. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm also excited to see where
they take it.
Where they take it and what they come up with for our new trailers before everything else ends.
Yeah.
But Wong had better not die. All I'm saying is we better not have Wong.
And
Wong had
Shang-Chi
better not
is be
fucking die.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah.
You can see in the trailer. There's they're in that. I can't remember the name of the lost city. That Shang-Chi takes place in. At the end.
Carmitage. In Carmitage.
They're in there, and you can see the Minotaur dudes and all that. I am curious how they're going to handle, or if they are going to handle. I'm sure they have to address it because Wanda and Quicksilver are Magneto's children in the comic books, so they'll probably just retcon it and saying, "Well, in my universe where I'm from, you're my kids," and then there's.
I mean, technically, Quicksilver is Jeremy Renner's shield.
There we go.
We already did that.
Full circle.
There you go.
No, I honestly. Well, here's the interesting thing. I said
terrible
this.
joke, and I feel awful, but
no, it's fine. It's all right. The bullets went right through him. It's okay. You're not really Quicksilver if you can't dodge a bullet. I'm just saying.
Hey, chat. Bet you didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
too
soon.
You must be Quicksilver. All right. So,
whop whop.
all right. But no, one thing though is that I did kind of notice in the new movie poster, they actually have Wanda's kids in the shards of glass. And so that's interesting because both of those, if you have Wiccan, it's Wiccan and God, I can never remember the other kid's name. It's Wiccan and
Wiccan and Quicken.
No,
one of them does taxes, the other one does it quickly.
Makes milk like Quake mix.
Yeah.
Quick mix. What the one with the bunny on it? What is it?
Can we not talk about milking somebody's child?
No, I didn't say milking a child.
Wiccan
what are you
and
talking
Speed.
about? Quick mix. What was that? What was it?
Wiccan and Speed.
Speed. There you go. That was the most generic ass name. His name is just Speed. Really?
Yeah. What
no
if he
wonder
was
I
an
never
ass?
remember it.
Well, his middle name is methamphetamine, so I mean, there you go.
I thought it was crackhead. Whatever.
No, that's
Maybe
his,
he's from LA.
hyphenated. That's his hyphenated.
He was
third
born
last
in a
name.
garage.
Maybe that's why I never see him.
Congratulations.
He's in LA instead of New York.
Somewhere in the Midwest.
I mean, his original birth name was Sudafed, but they got sued for the rights. So
His kid is going to be
because
Q-tip.
if Magneto is in the current MCU timeline,
Yeah.
he's 105 years old or something, because he was his origin story is during World War II.
Yeah.
Right, and obviously not 105 years old, but he's too old to be alive.
I mean, tell that to Gandalf. He never wants to croak, so it's fine. He's fighting Balrogs, and everything's fine.
And yeah, and then in Doctor Strange 3, when Gandalf does show up and saves Wolverine from King Kong, maybe we'll get some answers there.
Yeah, everything's fine. Godzilla. And that's a good segue into one of the new segments, The Lord of the Rings, that was shown during the Super Bowl as well.
That was the next thing I
Look,
want
that
to
was
talk
a
about.
Good segue.
Good
We went
segue,
right there.
right?
Segue.
One ring to rule them all.
It's
or
an iffy
9
name
of them.
for a segment, though.
Yeah, true.
Here we go. So Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. It is coming out later on, I believe, in September.
I think it's like, it's later in the year. I think it's either like September, October, November. It's later in the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fall show.
Fourth
So
quarter.
like a 6.5 minute trailer for The Ring of Power, and it looks spectacular. They have definitely they didn't hold back on the effects,
Well,
anything.
you know who the
And-
woman is, right? The elven woman? That's Gadriel. That's the
That's
old one that
Galadriel.
screams,
Yeah,
the one that
Galad-
screams and's like Frodo and like touches him and she freaks out.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Galadriel is incredible.
yeah. And they don't have hobbits yet because this is during the second Middle Age of Earth.
Yeah.
And that was during the third age of Middle Earth when the hobbits and
Right.
stuff
This
were
is
there.
this is the beginning. This is
So
prior
1,000 years
to
before.
Yeah, this is prior to
Yep.
the
prequel.
rings being formed.
Yep.
So this is what leads up to the original crafting of the rings that were handed down to everyone right before they realized Sauron was a hot goddamn disaster.
I heard that this show ends when Sauron is killed
The first time.
for the first time.
Right, when they think that they've driven him away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they all team up, armies of men and elves and dwarves.
So the original wars.
Yep.
And then all the men were shrunk down to hobbits.
Well, that's what happens with nuclear war.
Yep.
So
The
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this reflects. Like, we're going to get to see the origins of the foundation and basis of the Elven cities. Like, there's so many different things we're going to be able to see, and with the consistency and the improvement of technology, the greater detail that we're going to be able to experience with everything from the Elven cities to the dwarf cities.
Yep.
Under the mountain, we'll get to see it in its original, like, all of these different areas that we've heard about, read about, and have been talked about in the movies, in The Hobbit and in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
We get to finally see them in their original splendor before they were destroyed by goblins and gnomes and things.
Yep.
So, as a huge fan of Tolkien's work, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be incredible.
I don't know what books you're reading. When were gnomes attacking people?
That's
That's what I want to know.
No,
In
I'm
my
sorry, not gnomes,
nightmares.
trolls.
Yeah. I
Trolls.
was like,
The-
gnomes.
I meant trolls.
I'm like,
I'm thinking the
I'm
rock
like, are you in
trolls,
your
and I said
garden right
gnomes.
now? Like, what's
But
happening?
also, garden. Hey, you don't know that there aren't garden gnomes in here.
That is true.
I know they were in Harry Potter.
They could also be running out of ideas.
Literally, the angry
And-
gnomes of Middle Earth. That's a new
have
spin-off
stupid cone
series. It's going to
hats.
be directed by
The-
Michael Bay.
The day your ankles were no longer safe.
The whole movie is in slow motion, walking away from explosions.
It just has that slow Hobbit music, and they're just all you see is their hairy feet running after you and screaming. What is happening?
Horrible. Yeah, I did meet Michael Bay. First of all, he's very tall.
Yeah.
He came into my bar one night and he was fully on fire, like just the whole time, and a lot of bloom lighting.
I
around
actually.
him.
So he's friends with J.J. Abrams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Well, it's all right though. You won't see J.J. Abrams for at least 7 to 8 years until he releases his next movie, so it's fine.
Well, there's
so-
a lot of progress. So let's.
But wait,
Do-
I want to
are
tell
we-
you
are
my
we
story
good?
about Michael Bay before we continue because you need to hear this.
Okay, so that means we're moving on to ambulance.
Okay, that's fine. We can.
Okay,
can
so go ahead. Let's hear your story
so
about
anyway,
it.
so I used to work in the nightlife industry, and we actually had him come in, and he bought a table, and they were doing a world premiere of Transformers 2. And he came
Fucking
in.
arguably one of the best ones.
Yeah, so he came in, and he's there, and everybody's celebrating it, and I went up, and we were all introducing ourselves and whatnot, and he's like, "Thank you so much." He was super polite, super nice. He was actually a really nice guy. He wasn't like a dick like some directors that I've met. And I walks up, and the house gave him a bottle of Cristal, and they dropped it on the table. He wants to go. Oh, and I swear to God, if he's watching this, he'll remember this. He he grabs the bottle and he starts taking off the top because the server walked away for some weird reason, and he's just like, I don't want to wait. So he starts opening it, and you know, like the top, they have the metal casing, and then they have the gold foil. He starts going like this, and he starts to pull off the top, and he pops the top, and it goes boom, and it just pops up, but it doesn't go up. It bounced off. There was like this lighting thing above him, and it hit it, bounced off, and hit whoever was sitting next to him. I don't remember who it was. It was probably like one of the people that were on the set or whatever. Hits that person, and he just goes, damn, that was an explosion I wasn't expecting. And I stopped with no hesitation and go, you mean you didn't expect that explosion? It's in every single one of your movies. He just stops, and he just starts dying laughing. And I go, I'll be here all night. And I walked away. So there's my Michael
That's
Bay
hilarious.
story. Yeah. Anyway.
So speaking of Michael Bay has a new film coming out. It's called Ambulance. It looks like it is going to be releasing. I'm waiting for the date right now.
May, probably.
It looks like it's coming in April 8th. It'll be in theaters April 8th. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, and he is apparently trying to save his brother from financial ruin by robbing a bank.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see the trailer.
It is like and of course now, after us discussing why doesn't anybody tear apart Los Angeles, this is the movie that tears apart Los Angeles, as if the Transformers hadn't already torn apart Los Angeles and Chicago multiple times. Now we've got Ambulance, which is tearing apart the same area of Los Angeles that they did for the first Transformers film, which is really interesting when you look at it, when you watch the trailer. Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to put this link. We can put these links down.
Yes, we could put
All
links.
right. Well, yeah. So just look down on the thing for the links of the films that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I sent you guys a link also.
We'll put the trailer links underneath so you guys can go check them out. I'll make sure I do that when we do post edit. Yeah.
Yeah. So an Ambulance looks kind of wild, to be honest. It's beautifully shot, but I'm a little weirded out about the whole theme. Like, there's not a whole lot you can do about bank robberies. It's paints the people in a good light.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, heist movies are big though. Like heist movies in general, like a lot of people love heist movies and heist
I'm
video
a sucker
games.
for a heist movie.
Yeah, like honestly, like all the ocean movies, everybody loves those. Like
all the
let's be
ocean
real.
movies are
All the
incredible,
ocean
and if
movies
you
are fantastic.
Ant-Man was one of my favorite MCU movies because it's a
true.
heist movie.
Yeah, it was a
also
heist
true.
movie. And technically,
Also true.
Endgame was too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a time heist.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yep, that's true. That's an excellent point.
That's probably why I did so well. It was Marvel and a heist movie combined.
So yeah, I'm excited for Ambulance. There's gonna be lots of explosions, lots of fire, dead things. There you go.
Dead things, and I like how he finishes off with dead things.
Well, nobody can.
He's like slow motion and death and
right.
You know what? Can you imagine if Snyder and fucking Michael Bay got together? That would be the most depressing movie ever. Everything would be,
and it'd
like,
be 6 hours
it
long.
would be
wait.
412 minutes long.
I'll one up you there. It would be Snyder, Bay, and Christopher Nolan.
Oh God.
That is a legacy event that is easily 4 films deep, each 3 hours long, and yeah, you're
Nothing
crapping your
happens.
pants. You're crapping your pants 45 minutes in.
Oh.
So, yeah. Speaking
Sorry,
of crapping your
we
pants,
actually like you. We're not just shit.
no, we do love.
We
yeah,
do love
we
all
do
your
love
movies.
all of your
We will say that.
all of your
Who
shit,
are we
guys.
talking about here? Wait,
Yeah.
who was that?
The
Snyder.
gnomes. We're talking about the
Snyder?
gnomes
No.
again.
Snyder,
Oh, okay.
Bay,
Did you say
and Nolan.
Snyder?
I
Did you
love
like your
Christopher
movie?
Nolan's
I don't
shit.
like any of your movies.
Okay, that's true. I don't really like his movies. So I think
I do.
I agree with
You
you.
guys
I
go
don't
fuck
really
yourselves.
like
I'll
Snyder's
watch it.
Your
I'll
audio
buy
mixing is
copies
horrible.
for
You can-
each of you.
Look, DJ, we know the only reason why you liked the Snyder cut of Justice League is that slow 12-minute walk with the weird singing people of Aquaman miraculously coming out of the water with a shirt on instead of off for some weird reason.
Look, I enjoyed the cinematic approach that Snyder took to it because it allowed for character development that Joss
Jason
Whedon,
Momoa's nipples.
the Joss Whedon couldn't manage to pull out of a fucking wet paper bag with a 12-inch rip. Joss Whedon fucked that film up so bad.
Oh yeah.
And
All it
Snyder
needed was
put
a good
Snyder put it back together.
It wasn't good
Snyder
to
put
begin
it
with.
right on there.
But that should have been
It
3
wasn't good to
films.
begin with.
It should have been 3 films or the 6-hour version we got on HBO. Whatever.
It
I
should
like
have been 11 movies over
Look,
a
you can
decade.
I like
combine-
how Snyder did it.
Look.
But Snyder's got a style. He's got an artistic style that is very different from other directors and producers. I personally am a fan, but I know it's not for everybody. It's kind of like certain comedies. You know, we're segueing into the next one that we saw. The next. Do you want to keep slamming Snyder?
I
Go
wanna
ahead.
keep
Go
slam-
ahead.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
keep slamming. No, I was just gonna say no. Honestly, like if it doesn't matter how many weird ass last names you have, you can't make DC good. I'm sorry, you could be Mick Sweden,
Wow,
Snyder cut. It doesn't matter.
I beg to differ.
DC movies are just not good. They're animated. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
Animated, fantastic.
Cartoons, yes.
If they took the scripts from the animated and just added actors, it would
Man,
be
if James was
great.
here, he would unleash on you. But he would also agree with you in part.
That's why he's
But
not. He's too busy shitting his brains out because he ate bad yogurt.
All right. Well, that's the thing. And congratulations.
Just like the DC universe, he's shit.
We're gonna.
Got him!
Superman is the worst fucking hero I've ever seen in my life.
Batman is horrible. He's the most overrated actor for anything Batman.
I
just sucks.
think that the Batman film, which is coming soon, is going to
Debatable.
shift that away. I think they're good. I think they finally got a formula that is going to work for Batman. Hopefully, they stick with it. We'll see. And after the film, we'll make a decision.
The only thing that's going to happen is he's going to take off his mask and he's like, "Why do you?"
I get to have hope and faith. You can't take it away.
Look!
They don't stick with
DJ.
stuff.
He's going to take off the cowl and he's going to be glistening in the sun because he's still a vampire.
I do like that we finally get to see. Yeah, he
let him
actually
bite
does have black makeup around. Like,
Right?
that has
Finally,
always
exactly.
bugged me on every Batman movie.
What,
Like
that they actually has the
all of a
black marks?
sudden,
Yeah,
there's nothing there.
yeah.
Like,
I never
it's so
understood that either.
stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like that's what I mean. They're taking a real approach to this, and that's one of the things that I like
Well, it's
about
also
what
a
I've seen so
heist.
far.
It's also a
So-
heist slash darker approach to Batman, which is more
seven.
what
It's
it should be.
needed.
It's
needed.
It's
Yeah.
a director or a detective movie, which is what he is. He's not a fucking hero. He's a goddamn detective who has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, what if the Riddler was played by Kevin Spacey and it's really just the movie Seven?
I mean,
Well,
I had to
Batman.
think about that for a second.
Kevin
literally
Spacey
had to
was the
stop.
villain in Seven.
I know. I had to literally stop and think.
And this movie has such Seven vibes to me.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
The only number I like is 11. That's in Stranger Things. So
I really want, if that's the case, I really want there to be a scene where he's like, "What's in the box?" You know,
Yeah.
where's Rachel? What's in the box?
Yeah.
oh my god,
It's Rachel. She's in the box.
And then Brad Pitt's
Oh.
over there like this.
There you go.
doing finger guns.
And it's, oh,
All right, Jesus. So speaking of
Who's
people
he
who
with?
dance,
Is he with Jennifer Aniston or
God.
is he with Angelina Jolie? I don't even know what's happening anymore.
God,
Is he back with both of them? Like, what is happening? Brad Pitt, you suck. You get anybody you want.
All right. So speaking of finger guns, let's talk. Let's bring up the next film that was part of the. I said I'm keeping us on task here. Finger guns. Somebody I saw use finger guns when he was dancing once. Is none other than Harry Potter himself. Daniel Radcliffe is one of. He's actually the bad guy in this film
Horns.
with what?
Horns.
No, that's a different film.
Oh.
This is with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. It's a movie called The Lost City, and it is an
Stole it.
adventure film that is comically ridiculous and thoroughly absurd, and it's hilarious. And the trailer looked incredible. You can find that link down below. Did you guys see it?
No, you won't. You won't find the link to that one because they stole it. They stole it from me.
I'm not doing it.
You guys suck. I think it's gonna be funny.
It'll be down below.
Oh, there's a Brad Pitt's in it.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's in it as well.
Mm-hmm. I must have been pooping during this.
Yeah,
I didn't see this
Probably.
trailer.
probably. Like, I was. Look, was it the first? Was it the first half of the Super Bowl or the second half?
I believe it was
Probably.
towards the end.
It was probably right before the Super Bowl because
Was it right as they were about ready to say, "Hey, the Rams won," and then they went to the Olympics, and then we watched bobsledding? Because if it was that,
Oh my God.
it's a
You guys are
very abrupt
ridiculous.
end to the Super Bowl.
No, I didn't get a
abrupt
chance
end.
to watch
It was
it.
very abrupt compared to most Super
Like,
Bowls.
all
It
of a
was just
sudden
like,
we're
they
on
won, it's
Olympics.
over. Like, I felt like it was just quick. Normally
Yeah.
they do that whole, I'm holding the Lombardi trophy and my
Yeah.
mama
The post,
and
yeah, the
Jesus
post
and
game show.
I
There's
love
not enough.
everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Yep.
mean, it was a lot of crying.
I
at the
wanted
end.
to hear from Stafford more. That's my boy.
Well, you can check out the Lost City trailer right now. It is coming to theaters. I don't even think it has a release date yet. Hold on.
And another
Just like
thing
my
about
No,
the
March
Super Bowl.
25th. It is March 25th. It's coming to theaters. Go fuck yourselves. March 25th is coming to theaters. You can find the link down below. The last thing we're going to talk about is Moon Knight from Marvel Studios. So Moon Knight had an interesting trailer, a very incredibly well-made trailer, in my opinion, that really has me intrigued more about this character, which I honestly don't
nothing
know
about. Yep.
that much about.
Yep. He's going to be
Yeah,
an
most
interesting
people
character.
don't.
He's honestly, I don't know where they're going to take this story, but it was interesting that they actually had him using some of his weapons this time, which was kind of cool. You got to see the his typical crescent moon boomerang
Which is
battering.
Awesome.
Basically, okay, so let me give you an example of what Moon Knight is. He's basically a good Batman. He has
Yeah.
superpowers. He actually is a
And has
detective,
money?
and he has money, but he's a schizo. I mean, he's literally has multiple disorder. He has a multiple personality disorder. So he switches who he is. Like he'll wake up and not know what the hell he did. So and so then he'll wake up and then all of a sudden people are calling him up and be like, "Oh, I saw you last night." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about?"
I did what?
Or
Yeah.
he'll go. He's basically like if you took Batman and put it on PCP and gave it superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Batman didn't realize he was Batman, but
And
has
when they went
memories
back,
of interacting with Batman.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And-
like
and just
it's
so we're-
like Batmanception.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just so we're clear, like the actor who plays Moon Knight is Oscar Isaac.
Yep.
And he's
Poe
been
Dameron.
that's Poe Dameron. He's been in everything from Dune to the Addams Family 2. He was obviously in Star Wars.
Yep.
He's in Card Counter,
Yeah,
which I just watched. It was horrible.
he was also in Sabanur, or he was Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse. So I don't know if many people realize that he was Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which that
Which
movie
was-
tanked.
Yeah, incredible. Well, yeah, I thought it was a good movie, but yeah, I did not do so well. He was Nathan in Ex Machina, or Machina, however you want to say that.
Machina.
Sure.
Ex
Don't really-
Machina.
And and he was outcome number 3 in The Bourne Legacy.
He was the bad
So-
guy in Ex Machina.
And he was dude at bar and
Dude at bar.
in the Ford commercial from 1984.
That's hilarious.
Dude at bar.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
was
god.
right next to Jeremy Hawkeye then too, and he was bartender.
Jeremy
at bar.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bartender at bar. Bartender at bar.
Bartender at nightclub number 4.
Scene
Yeah.
4.
He played Duke Leto Atreides in Dune.
Yeah. Dune, he
So-
was great.
Oh
He
god.
was good. His beard
Was
put on a great performance.
yeah, his beard did put on a great performance. That is
very
true.
entertaining.
I'm really glad that we're seeing more of him, and he's getting greater recognition in a wide variety of roles.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I concur.
I think he's great. I think eventually there will be an Oscar for him.
I
He
hope
hasn't
so.
won an Oscar, has he?
Well, I mean, they're only nominating
other than his
they're
name.
only nominating particular
I was
films,
gonna
so
say,
fuck it.
Damn it! You beat me to it. Other than his name.
I'm better than everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oscar.
Yes.
I'm trying to think too. I mean, other than the Super Bowl, there was quite a few announcements this week, like movies and TV and comic books. I mean, also too, a big one that we totally skipped over that was announced this week was the actual release date of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
When is that?
And that's actually May 25th. And it was actually leaked by the CEO. He accidentally posted it and then deleted it 4 seconds later. And everybody's like, but ironically, at the exact same time that the comic book is coming out. So like they were like,
Well, it's good marketing.
So yeah, so they thought, oh, maybe it's just a mislead. It's not actually coming out. But no, May 25th, we're gonna get to see Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're gonna get to see McGregor
Really?
going out there battling Vader again, and it's supposed to take right after the third movie,
Sith, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah,
2 years after.
yeah, I think it's 2 years after, and he's on Tatooine, and he's basically protecting.
Good. We
Luke.
finally get to see Tatooine.
Yeah.
Right? We've never there's been so little filmed there.
Well, yeah, right. Well, you know what? When the origin
It
of the
better be
one-
better. It needs to be better than Boba Fett. I'm just gonna say.
Look, you know, did you finish watching Boba Fett, by
Mandalorian
the way?
season 1.5.
I'm
2.5?
annoyed. I'm
Did
annoyed.
you watch
I
it all
can't
the way
get that-
through?
Yeah, and I
Did you
can't get
finish
that.
it?
I can't get that time back.
Look, you know what?
I
I'm
thought
just
it
gonna
was
say,
good.
I'm gonna say this right now. Like the first 3 episodes were very slow. It was trying to build the character, and we all finally got the Snorlax. By the way, before I continue, hashtag spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler alerts, people. Spoiler alerts.
Spoilers.
And I want to just say this before you go into this. My issue is not with the storyline. My issue with is the pacing, the fight scene choreography, especially given the cast that's there, who are more than fucking capable of some incredibly violent choreography. They just dumbed it the fuck down and then cheesed it.
I think honestly, it's one of those, and I'm going to say this again, spoilers for anybody who is about ready to tune in to listen to this. If you have not finished Mandalorian, do not continue this. If you have not continued,
We should have put that
Boba
spoiler.
Fett, no, it's fine. This gives
Mark
them
the
ample
time on
to
this so
pause
we
it,
can-
go watch it, and come back.
Yeah.
And
There
then
we
we
go.
can hear our discussion. So,
Spoiler stinger.
spoilers.
Yeah,
I'll put
right?
it big across the screen.
Spoilers, bitches. Yeah.
But yes, just in general, for all of you guys, you know, the Boba Fett series was great because of simple fact of this. One, Mark Hamill wasn't even in it, by the way, and he got credit for it, which was a huge thing. A lot of people are pissed about that because Mark Hamill wasn't even actually in it. That wasn't Mark Hamill. That was a new actor, and he didn't get credit for it, which is really
His voice was even deep faked.
Yeah. So they basically altered his voice to make him sound like Mark Hamill. But the influence of having Ahsoka had big repercussions on where they're going to take this, about him going after Thawne and going through the whole story arc with her. They're basically opening this up. Even the end, the post-credit scene, they are leading up, and they're stretching out Star Wars. They're fleshing out the cinematic universe,
The expanded universe stuff.
and so now we got the Ahsoka series, we got the Bo-Katan series with the Mandalorians, because you know, and the thing is with hers, I have a feeling that's going to be like Mando 3.5, because we're going to get Mando's season, then we're going to get hers, and it's going to be her battling to get the Darksaber away from Mando, and they're going to be like, because she doesn't hate Mando, but she also wants to rule Mando or Mandalorian. And then we're also going to get the scene where he's going to go back to the Mandalorian home planet. And there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
But Mando saved. Luke, Grogu, and Mando saved Boba Fett, in my opinion.
For sure. And it was kind of
and-
Mando's 2.5.
Yeah.
Season 2.5.
Yeah.
All right.
But it also, they did say this, that Mandalorian, they were going to have all these stories branching off of his. He is the focal point. He has always been the focal. These are books that are added onto the story.
Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett. They're gonna have the Book of Bo-Katan. They're all Mandalorian based. I think eventually we're going to get a Luke series spinoff, and not only that, but I think we're really going to get the backstory of how Kylo Ren fucking torched everything. Go ahead,
Okay.
DJ. I know
Yes.
you're chopping at the bit. Go.
There are things that pull you out of the immersion. it doesn't matter whether you're making a film or whether you are creating a video game, that you have to create an immersive environment that stays within the elements that you have artistically envisioned for your project.
Yep.
And when you start randomly pulling shit, like some kid who forgot to take his ADD meds, okay, and shit comes into this that is so out of place and so just absolutely bonkers, I sat there and went,
What are you referring to?
oh,
Exactly.
let's go ahead and start with the completely dust-free Technicolor scooter bike gang.
Oh yeah.
What? First of all,
The Power
you're in the
Rangers.
goddamn desert. You're
Power
telling me that
Rangers.
shit's been wiped the
Everybody
fuck
hated
clean.
that.
Eat my
They take care of their
ass.
shit, man.
Dumbest-
I thought you
everybody
were
hated
talking
that, though.
about the Tatooine McDonald's
Oh, that is a whole Jesus. Let's like
that showed up. That was
That's
really that
Bantha
took me out
fodder,
of it.
is
for
what
sure.
you're trying to say.
yeah, there's so like there's just so I did and I get it's not my show. I don't get to say shit about it. But at the same time,
Sure you do.
for
That's
me,
why we have a
that
podcast so we can bitch about
that
it.
yanked
That's
me
my
right out
whole
of the
thing.
moment of like, cool. What the fuck are these? Also, why is it at no point ever in the ever of everdom on Tatooine have we ever seen anything bright, shiny, brand new, and dust-free in those color spreads? Never. That is never in the never of everdom has that shit ever showed the fuck up on Tatooine. And these motherfuckers just got him. You know that shit ain't spacecraft ready.
They're modders, man. Like look at all the RGB in front now. They're
It's just
enthusiasts.
I mean, they did
so
talk about
basically
the
what you're
eye
saying
and
is that I
all the
can get a
other stuff.
PC made in one of these motherfuckers.
Look, I'm just gonna say, like, I think that the bright colors and everything was a little far fetched. I think that was a little stupid because even Mando's ship, they built it from scraps. By the way,
Right,
they're also talking
exactly.
about. They're also talking about that was fucking
Anakin's
Anakin. No, not Anakin's.
or Obi-Wan's.
No. That was actually the speeder that crashed. That Princess Naboo. God damn it, I can't think of her name is.
Yeah,
I'm
Amidala.
brain farting.
Queen Amidala.
Amidala, when she crashed on Tatooine, that was her ship. Because she had that original ship, the silver one, but then when she came back from when they were in that pit with the animals and shit, she took that ship and flew with R2-D2. And then it crash landed, and then that's her ship. A lot of people have been talking about that. I don't know if it's factual or not, but you know,
I mean, that's
that would
an
be
interesting.
really cool. But the fact that they took that and then they scrapped all these parts and they used the fucking what the hell are those things? The Jawas. Used the Jawas to collect. That was the worst impression of a Jawa ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Perfect.
But literally, they went around and they got all the parts. Yeah,
They did that weird.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you use to make hummus.
Oh,
Right. Also,
tahini. I got it. I thought that was chickpea, or is that a new bounty hunter coming in Boba Fett 3.6? The Cade Bane part was awesome. I really did enjoy that. That was really good. But if you didn't watch Rebels or Clone Wars, you have no idea who the fuck that is.
right. Also, they need to stop with that shit.
What?
You need to provide backstory because some people don't want to go and sit through the fucking
Well,
cartoons.
that's why they do it. So you go back and watch it.
Oh, except for, they've got big floppy ears.
Who?
God, I've blocked his name up because I hate him so fucking much.
Jar Jar
Jar?
Binks?
Jar Jar fucking Binks is in that show, and it's he like in the cartoon.
What
I had
is?
to stop watching the cartoon because Jar Jar Binks was in it.
Is he?
Yeah,
Not
No, he's
really.
not.
He's barely in it at all.
Oh, he's in the
Maybe
beginning. He's in the
one-
beginning,
and
and I was
DJ,
just like,
did you get to one episode and then stop and then just give up on the whole show? Because that show is
no, I was
amazing.
we were like 8 episodes in of Clone Wars, and I was like,
It's
and both
8
Kevin and I
seasons.
were like, this is if we have to sit here and
Isn't it
listen to
8
fucking
seasons?
cartoon Jar Jar, I'm
Yeah.
literally gonna throw things at the television.
Yeah, they just finished
Well,
out
they
the
just
series.
finished it.
Yeah, they just finished it. It's 8
with
seasons.
Seasons 7, 8.
6? Yeah, I think it's 8,
It was
right?
cool. It gets better as their budget gets better.
Yeah.
As time goes on, which
Yeah.
is the case with all of these Disney animated shows. Like Rebels
Yeah.
was the same way.
Yeah, Rebels was really good.
I liked
though.
it though.
Rebels was
I thought
good.
it was good, and I liked all
end
the
with
payoffs
Ahsoka
we're
and
getting.
Darth Vader
They're
facing
good
off.
at doing the long-term payoff stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like with the Spider-Man, you have to have watched to get the most out of it. You had to have
Yeah.
been a fan since the 90s.
Look,
you
this
know?
isn't
It's
DC
just-
where you have one show that doesn't match anything and then you have no idea why it's even there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm putting this right here, dude. Here you go. That is the longest fucking link ever.
Why you gotta send ugly links?
I can't look at it because if I do, it'll mess up everything.
Oh fuck! Well, pull it up on your fucking phone, dude.
I don't want to. Especially if it's a long link. I don't like the long links.
But
I only like short links.
I don't like long links either, but it's the perfect. It's the perfect picture.
All right,
It's
I'm
the
gonna
perfect
pull it up.
picture.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone while
can't
we're
s-
here. Let's see what's going on here.
I can't even
Let's
see. I can't. I don't even know how to get to the text chat of this chat. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right. Here we go.
I
Yeah,
fucking
see that?
hate you.
Dope.
I fucking hate you.
That's basically what we have here. And you know what? We're
Look,
gonna put that picture. He's gonna show this picture in the final version.
Look,
It's,
no,
yeah.
I'm just gonna bring it up on my
You
phone. I
sent a
don't care.
Bing link?
Look at that. Look at that.
Dude, I know.
You linked
It's literally
Bing?
Darth Vader
I
and a
know.
stormtrooper on a scooter. I know you can't even see it, but who cares? That's all you
Yeah.
need to see. DJ
And a
his
stormtrooper
goddamn
on
long
two
link.
old school 1973 Vespas, which is basically the base model of whatever the fuck they used in that fucking show.
Well, you know what? At least they were color matching, just like Darth Vader and the stormtrooper in this. Just be
Yeah.
glad there wasn't Jar Jar
They're
Binks. Otherwise,
coordinated.
you'd have a
That's what we call chromotherapy.
orange colored Misa.
Chromotherapy.
Misa gonna die.
Yes. Well, I've never wanted to hit something with a Star Cruiser before, but if you put Jar Jar Binks in front of me, I'll crash right into the planet just to get rid of him.
I think he
Personally.
does
Is
die.
it something
actually.
with a Star Cruiser, a euphemism
Hey.
for something else?
I think he does die in the canon somewhere. I think Darth Vader actually chops his head off or some shit.
Does he?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I
There
think
is
so.
hope.
I don't know.
There
I
is
just, I
hope.
just got your hopes up. I don't think so, but
Jar
still, it's
Jar
fine.
Binks is he annoys
Check out
Or
me.
my
he becomes the
fanfic.
dark Sith of the entire universe.
Now that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Use
Wasn't
that
there? I
wheel.
thought there was an extended universe thing where he
A what if of Star Wars?
became a
Can
Jedi
they do
or a
that?
Sith or something.
Can you imagine if they made a what if series for Star Wars? Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Didn't
Like
they? And
what
then it got
if
canceled?
dude, oh my god. Every
It got
Star Wars
canceled
fan
when
would
Disney bought it.
fucking melt their brain.
Oh, did they have one?
Well, the extended universe of
Yeah.
Star Wars was kind of
It
canceled,
was
and
books.
they decided. Then they
It was the
re.
books.
Well, and there
yeah,
was a-
all the,
There was
there
a great
all kinds of what if stories in those.
Well, there was a game that was coming out. What was it? 1556 is what it was called. It was a Star Wars game.
The 1356 or what?
13
yeah,
some-
the
yeah.
one where you took
You don't-
it was Boba Fett underneath Coruscant.
And the elevator coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're in that whole scene of
That's
going
where
down
they
inside
took all the
Coruscant.
concept art for fucking Boba Fett.
And it's fucking incredible.
They've
It
even
looked,
matched
the game
it
looked
up.
amazing.
They
and they
took-
were
they took
almost
scenes.
done. Yeah, they were almost done, and then fucking Disney just chucked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
Because
Disney
they were
at
like-
the time. That had nothing to do with Disney at the time.
Are you sure?
It didn't. That was an EA game. It was made by
Okay.
EA, and
Whoever
it was
chucked
more-
it, it was
before they
sad
had the
because
buyout.
it's yeah.
Yeah, that's why a lot of stuff got scrapped is when Disney bought out everything, Disney Interactive and all these other companies. Like when they started taking on these projects, a lot of them got scrapped. And that's also why like Daredevil got scrapped on Netflix. And by the way, speaking
Yeah.
of that, that's a total good segue.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you guys hear about that it's getting removed from Netflix completely on
My
the
housemate
1st
and I
of
are gonna-
March?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, my housemate and I are going to
Yeah.
start watching that today and just run through the whole
Oh my
series
God,
again
it's
one
so
more
good.
last time.
But you know what though? Is it
good,
going
but
to
it
come
is
to
being
Disney
put
Plus?
on Disney Plus.
Do you think
I
it's
took-
going to come to Disney Plus?
Really? In the
Yeah.
article I read, it said it was.
I'm hoping it does. Oh, it's also called Star Wars 1313. That's what
Because
it
it
was.
will be the darkest thing that they've added to Disney Plus, period. If they add
Oh, yeah.
Punisher and fucking Jessica Jones and she's drinking, I'm like, that's not really family brand. Like, how are they going to do? I mean, maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring these things in because they're like, hey, we got Deadpool right around the corner. You guys better be fucking
right.
ready.
We got to ramp this shit up fast because
Yeah.
you can't go from hi, we're family friendly
'Cause they
to
don't
fucking
have
Deadpool.
on there. They don't have
Because-
Deadpool on
Not
Disney
yet,
Plus.
but it's coming.
No,
Well,
It's
they
coming.
did say they have an approach for the R-rated side of Disney, and they said that because even Kevin Feige said that Feige,
Yeah. Kevin Feige.
Fucking, everybody says his name different. I don't care.
Fizz.
Hey, Feige.
Fish. Shut the
It's
fuck
not, no, that's like a new water that's coming out. Fige. Fige. It's like the start of vagina. I don't know. What the fuck is happening?
From our duvet to you.
Hey, ooh.
Oh God.
Welcome
Jesus.
as you wrap yourself in the vagina. God damn it.
Christ almighty.
Christ on a
I hate it
cracker.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's happening. I mean, obviously the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is going to be amazing. I think that's going to be good because he is so happy to get back into his Jedi robe and start fighting again. And it'll also be good to see what happens in between. Now, here's the real question. Are they going to have the fight scene between Darth Maul and him that they had from
They have to.
Clone Wars? They have to, because that is actually a continuation of the story. But he is much older. He is much older. It's way after 2 years, but it'll be interesting to see because Darth Maul takes over Mando's planet, like all the war. Bo-Katan is in that. Like all of this is starting to intertwine. But supposedly the Ahsoka, I don't know what my wife is making, but it is coming through the vents and it smells amazing. Sorry, I totally got distracted. My ADHD in my nose. It's Tatooine McDonald's. Bantha.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's where I get those Happy Meal toys that they were writing on. Got it. But yeah, no, they have all this stuff that's intertwining. But yeah, the Bo-Katan story and all that, that's crazy. But there's just so much stuff that's leading up to, like, they got to expand it. Are they going to get to the part where they get into the Sith more? They need to dive into the Sith more.
Oh, I agree.
Opinion. They need to go
The Sith are way more interesting than Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi are boring. Like, they're cool, they're awesome, don't get me wrong, they're cool. But
I think they need to focus on, like, if you remember in the Star
Reitman
Wars,
was the best story ever for the video game.
what was Star Wars: The Force Awakens, The Force Awakens 2 is one of the most
They announced that this week.
breathtaking tales to tell, and he's trained by the Sith, and he's going through this process. Starkiller's going through this process before he finally realizes that there is a balance between good and evil, and it is neutrality.
Yep.
And that's when you start getting the grays. And man,
well, did you hear? By the way,
if that was a fucking film
well,
or a
DJ,
show,
you
that's
might
some
kind
shit
of
they
get
need to
your
go
wish.
with.
You might kind of get your wish, not Starkiller, but Caden from, or not Caden, from the God damn it, I always forget the name of the Fallen Order, the main character. The guy who plays fucking a Joker and and he's also in Shameless and blah 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 blah. There's rumors. There's
Connor
rumors
Monaghan
that he is going to be in the new Star Wars universe. That he's going to come in as that character to continue that story arc because it's all in the same
that
time
would
frame.
be awesome if he did.
Because there's so many Jedi that fell and that became gray, or a lot of people are really mad about the gray Jedi thing, but I'm just saying there's a lot of Jedi that just stopped using their powers because they had to hide, you know? And there's the whole thing with Yoda's, like, species. We've only seen 3 of them, period. Where the fuck do they live? If these are the most force-sensitive fucking creatures in the universe.
I don't think it's a matter of they live. I think it's a fact that the world, that they are created, the Force actually creates them out of a mass of midichlorians.
So you're saying when a mommy Force and a daddy Force
come
really
together, they create a little ugly green thing with big ears that has some significant problems.
Some might say they forced the D.
How dare you ear shame?
They forced the D. Welcome to
Force the D.
Force the D. It's our new Star Wars segment that we're just going to talk about nothing but Star Wars. Force the D. I think we need to make this a thing. That should be a podcast in itself.
I feel like we should definitely do some outreach and see how that market tests.
We don't need. Who cares? We just force it in.
I really want to know. Leave it in the comments how that
That's
tests,
the point.
guys.
Leave it in the comments. Tell us what you think.
You take
In
that
the
dark
comments down
side and
below.
like it.
Comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon.
Jesus, there we go. There you go. See, look at that. Look at that plug. I will say this: that an important element, and I think. What? God damn it! Fuck you. The balance. I think there's a lot of pushback along because of the grays, because people are so used to Star Wars being such a
good versus
such
evil.
a stationary element between a fight between good and evil.
Yep.
You know, good and bad, light and dark, and it's that realization, especially in 2022. Look, we're in the middle of the world in a very nightmare position, and life is not that simple. We want it to be. Don't get me wrong.
Really
we
funny,
want it
DJ?
to be. But there's a balance and a flip that has to happen. And in the process, you can evolve. And I like that there's always an option for those who are coming in and being trained by the Sith to transition and to kind of find their personal balance in between things.
Well, that's here's the funny thing, right? You just described the entire story in one sentence, because they've said this before, of Destiny. Destiny's lore was based on the light and the dark side.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
I
If
thought
you
you were
actually
talking
look-
about actual
Destiny's
Destiny.
Child.
No, not Destiny's Child. No, nobody cares about Beyonce. She
Kelly
makes too much money and
Rowland's
nobody likes her.
entire journey described right here.
Yeah.
That's how she ended up on The Voice.
She got screwed, and now Beyonce
Now
has
she-
an
now
empire.
she's on The
and
Voice.
She's working at McDonald's.
Yeah, on Tatooine.
On Tatooine.
On Tatooine.
And she's actually one of the modders in Boba Fett. She's the one with the mechanical arm now.
Oh, I hate this so much.
She completely modded herself. Yeah.
damn it, I
Which
hate
makes
this
sense
so
if you ever followed her character arc.
Yeah, if you followed her backstory, because DJ had to know the whole backstory so he could be filled in. He didn't want to watch the first episode.
So you could force the D?
These
So he can
opening
force the
credits.
D down your throat, all right? You need to know all about the D.
Oh, speaking of D, there's 2 more links in there for you to check out.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
That's Pornhub. We're not putting that there.
Yeah, you can't show that on screen.
Yeah. Nobody
Yet.
wants to see that forced D. They want to see other D.
No. Those are more Darth Vader fucking scooters.
Look, if they want to call it Stormtrooper, that's up to them.
Whatever you want,
That's what cosplay and
There's
dark
no
web
kink
is all
shaming
about.
here.
No king shaming. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
No kink shaming. You do what you want.
Also, please don't. Yeah. Also, look up if you want a really fun Google search. You can just do an image search for Darth Vader scooter, and there's a bunch of shit on there that you never knew you didn't want to see.
You know what? I just thought about something. Did Darth
One thing
Vader's
alone?
just one thing? No, but this is my mind, and it's going there, and we're going to the dark side. Did Darth
Oh, God.
Vader's dingus get burned off in the volcano?
100%, and
Lost his
it
wiener?
is a tiny little lightsaber now.
I was
I
thinking
guess-
it was more like an R2D2, very round and short.
Just pop the legs off R2.
And every single time he goes to pee, it's all.
Unless he gets a kidney stone. Then it doesn't.
Then he sounds like CPO, C3PO.
Oh God. We are definitely going to hell.
Do it.
Do it.
Also, how does he take a shit in those pants?
Yeah, he has to have a tube.
Exactly that.
He has a
In those
tube
pants.
straight up his booty. That's what he goes in that thing that looks like IKEA.
That's what the piping is
No,
on the
no,
pants.
that- you know
when you
that
look at
thing
it, it's
in-
the pipe that's the fabric. It's like a dune suit. It just works it back in.
Yeah,
He turns it into food.
That's why his voice is so deep. That's why he sounds like James Earl Jones. It's just the shit
It is
going through his vocal cords.
Also, what are we gonna do for Darth Vader when James Earl Jones dies?
The same thing they do for Luke. Just say it's George Earl Jones and then recreate his voice.
Deep fake it.
Yeah.
Deep fake the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Earl Jones.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones.
Can we just put Mufasa in a Darth Vader suit? I want that to happen.
Yes.
Jesus.
Then that
yeah.
way he can kill Scar. That's actually how Scar got his scars, from a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would really like is
Everybody
if
knows
on
it.
Tatooine, when Darth Vader comes to attack Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's on a Back to the Future hoverboard.
And he takes out all those scooters because DJ hates them.
I fucking
Yeah.
hate those scooters. Man.
Fuck
I hate them
scooters,
too.
man.
I literally, first thing I was like, go, go, Power Rangers!
Rangers!
When they were going down the
Right?
fucking... That's exactly what I was thinking of.
God.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
horrible. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
All right, we've lost
Yeah,
control.
we've lost control. It's your fault.
was
You
there
didn't
anything
keep
else
us
we
on
wanted to
task.
cover?
Was it?
Is there anything we wanted to cover today?
Who? What'd you call me?
Is there anything else we wanted to cover today?
Our dingus when we're in a volcano, so we don't end up with an R2D2.
That's right.
Yes, I
You're
guess
gonna
you
need
could.
some kind of protective covering.
Yeah.
I call that the lava rock.
That's
Oh.
what you get if you sit on on
I thought that was
on a
pet rock.
volcano.
Because
I
you
mean,
play with it all the
technically
time.
you can wash with lava, but just one time.
That's true. You can wash with anything.
Yes.
That's where the
once.
name came from. Mustafar.
Yes. You want to do it from afar.
Yes. Must
We're-
but
we're-
far. Must
we're
but
fired.
far.
We got it. We
Yeah,
got it.
we're fired. Wow, I see what you did
Yeah.
there. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All
There we
right,
go.
we're just a bunch of bad jokes now. We need to end.
Yeah. All right. So,
All mine has been great though.
Cup, where can everyone find you?
Twitch.tv/CupofRobots 3 times a week. And CupofRobots on every social platform imaginable.
Drake.
Hover.
Oh, and Hover. Yes, on the Hovers. I
On
got
the
to do more with
Hoovers?
my
On the
Hovers.
Hoovers?
Yes, on the Hoovers.
Mhm.
Drake,
yeah.
where can everyone find you?
Yeah, they can find me at The Lost Drake across all platforms, all social medias, Hover, TikTok, YouTube, all the way around. And I've actually been doing a lot of YouTubing myself, covering all the new Destiny launch, which 8 days away, by the way, to the new expansion. Super excited. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Lost Ark and stuff on Twitch. It's been a blast, and we've been having fun. And
Nice.
eventually, if we can ever get anything working, I will launch the actual Lost City, not that shit that Channing Tatum's launting, and everything will be fine.
Wow. All right. You can find me at DJ Blue PDX across all the platforms and all the things, including hovers and TikToks and whatnots. We're, of course, this is Pardon the Distraction, shortened out to Pardon the D. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on,
Force the D. ForceTheD.com. It's coming soon.
ForceTheD.com coming soon.
No.
You can check. Do not look that up.
Don't search that.
Google it.
Do not
Don't
Google
look
it.
that up.
I
just like nothing about that
I
seems
kind of
even
want to
reasonable.
Google it now.
Nope, you do that on your
I
own
just
browser,
want
on
to
your
do
own
it.
time,
I'm
and
gonna
you
do it.
make sure
We're
you
gonna
do
talk
it
about
on
it
an
next
incognito
podcast.
browser.
No, we're going to talk
Oh my
about
God.
it.
Screen, do it
I'm
now.
going to do it on Firefox. That way I'm protected.
Oh my God. All right. No, just do it on your basic Internet Explorer. That's fine.
Look, you know what?
Go it.
I like that E.
Here we go. There we go. Our show drops every Thursday at 12 noon. You can find it on your local podcast delivery
Pacific Standard
services, on our YouTube channel, or directly from the website at PardontheDistraction.com. On behalf of CupofRobots, The Lost Drake, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here at Pardon the D. Peace. We out.
Bye.
Cleared.